Good day. Here are the stories for the Manila Times for Saturday, August 6, 2022. 6.4% inflation rate, highest in 4 years. The country's inflation rate jumped to 6.4% in July, the fastest in 4 years, the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA reported on Friday. During a briefing, National Statistician Dennis Papa said that last month's inflation rate was the highest since the 6.9% rate in September and October 2018. The rate stayed within the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas forecast of 5.6 to 6.4%, but is higher than the 6.1% in June this year and the 3.7% in July last year. Mapa said the surge was driven by rising food and transport prices. Taiwan's trade tension up at Marcos-Blinken meet. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. and United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken will meet in Malacanang today, August 6, and the growing tension between the U.S. and China over Taiwan is expected to be one of the major topics they will discuss. Press Secretary Rose Beatrix Trixie Cruz Angeles said on Friday there was no published agenda yet for the meeting, but the U.S. Embassy in Manila said Blinken's meeting with Marcos will cover bilateral efforts to strengthen the two nations' alliance. Cruz Angeles told reporters that this simmering tension between the U.S. and China was not taken up during Friday's cabinet meeting led by Marcos. She said the government was being careful when it comes to commenting on international issues. 90 peso per kilo SRP for sugar eyed. The government will set a benchmark price for sugar after refined sugar retailed at 100 pesos per kilo. In an interview with the Manila Times, Sugar Regulatory Administration or SRA Administrator Hermenegildos Rafica said setting a suggested retail price or SRP for sugar was the consensus reached when he met with Agriculture Undersecretary Christine Evangelista on Thursday night. Based on the monitoring of the Department of Agriculture or DA on Friday, a kilo of refined sugar is still being sold for as high as 100 pesos at the Malabon Central Market in Malabon City, the Mega Q-Mart in Quezon City, and the Pasay City Market in Pasay City. BBM wants disaster response strategy improved. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. on Friday called for a unified and better coordinated government disaster response strategy. The president made a call in the wake of the magnitude 7 earthquake that rocked northern Luzon on July 27. Marcos said the government should preposition satellite phones, generators, water, and other emergency resources once a disaster alert is raised. Palace to review PEZA leadership dispute. Malacanang on Friday said it will first carefully study the legalities and circumstances surrounding the leadership row with the Philippine Economic Zone Authority or PEZA before it issues an official statement regarding the matter. In a briefing, Press Secretary Rose Beatrix Trixie Cruz Angeles said since the opinion of the Office of the Executive Secretary or OES has already been sought, the matter has been referred to the Deputy Executive Secretary for Legal for review. The Department of Trade and Industry or DTI the other day affirmed its earlier decision naming Deputy Director General Tereso Panga as Officer in Charge or OIC. Panga's appointment, however, was disputed by former PEZA Chief Charito Plaza, who sought clarification from the OES. Plaza, an appointee of former President Rodrigo Duterte, has also been adamant in saying that she will not acknowledge Pangan's appointment, arguing that PEZA is not a government-owned or controlled corporation or GOCC and therefore not covered by Memorandum Circular or MC 1 and 3. Cruz Angeles insisted that the palace will still implement MC 1 and 3. Ex-abortee's lawyer, new ERC chief. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. has appointed lawyer Mona Lisa Di Malanta as the new chairman of the Energy Regulatory Commission or ERC, Malacanang announced on Friday. The appointment letter signed by the president August 1 gave Di Malanta a term of up to July 10, 2029 as the head of the power industry regulator. Di Malanta replaced Agnes Devanadera, who was appointed by then-President Rodrigo Duterte to the post on November 22, 2017. Medallia hints at 50 BPS hike. Topping business following the headline inflation rate last month, reaching a fresh 3-year high of 6.4%, Governor Felipe Medallia hinted on Friday that the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP might increase interest rates aggressively once more. He announced during a forum organized by the Federation of Filipino-Chinese Chambers of Commerce and Industry Incorporation that the most recent inflation reading clearly raises the probability of a central bank rate hike of 50 basis points or BPS rather than 25 BPS. Medallia, however, said if external development suddenly improves, he could not rule out the possibility of a considerably smaller rate increase of 25 BPS. Over to sports, the Filipino swimmers sustained their winning drive on Friday by adding 3 more golds with rookie Ariel Joseph Alegarbes completing a sweep of his 3 events in another meet record in the 11th ASEAN Para Games at the Jatidiri Sports Complex in Semarang, Indonesia. Alegarbes took off like a torpedo in ruling the men's 50-meter freestyle S14 race in 25.74 seconds in securing his 3rd straight gold medal, duplicating the feat of female teammate Angel Autumn last Thursday, in the stint supported by the Philippine Sports Commission. Antonio Contreras, Yen Macabenta, and Danton Remoto are today's front-page columnists. Contreras believes the Reserve Officers Training Corps should not just be merely about military training. Macabenta discusses what a climate emergency is, and Remoto talks about the novel interior Chinatown. Today's editorial believes utilizing and not posturing is the key to avoid wasting vaccines. Read a full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the Voice of the Times. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print. Subscribe to its digital edition or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, and keep up with the Times. This is EJ Gomez reporting.
Our longest trusted English newspaper since 1898. Now available digitally. Computer. Order the Manila Times Digital Edition. Subscribed. Get the Manila Times Digital Edition for less than 2 pesos and 50 centavos per day when you sign up for 1 year. The Manila Times, news source of choice, trusted since 1898.